Hi, this is Bob Huntley with Wise Counsel Wealth Management here in Georgetown. The CARES Act was signed less than a week ago, and there is a lot contained in that act. We've got a summary of it, a 9-page summary, actually. This is a picture of it, a visual. If you want to go and download it on our website, it's free. Just go to wisecounselwealth.com and go to the Insights area. You can find it pretty easily and download it and review it for yourself. But I wanted to, for the chamber, I wanted to take a minute and just hit on 4 of the major provisions that are particularly, I think, relevant for business owners. And the first is the one that you've probably already heard the most about. That is the Paycheck Protection Plan loan program. This is roughly $350 billion that were set aside. We may see another round of funding for that coming in the future, but there's no guarantees on that. So it's going to be first come, first serve. So if this is something that applies to you, you really need to talk to your banker quickly and get in line. And the way it's going to work is you're going to look back over the last year at your payroll, and you're going to be able to take an average of that payroll over 12 months and then take 2.5 times that amount. So somebody who had $30,000 a month average payroll for the last 12 months, they would be eligible for, in that example, a $75,000 loan. Now that money is supposed to be deposited very quickly into your checking account by ACH direct deposit. And so you'd be looking at $75,000 of working capital. And if after 60 days you can document that you actually were using it to pay wages, rent, utilities, then it can be partially or entirely forgiven. And there won't be any taxable income attributed to you as a forgiveness of debt. Normally there would be. So this is essentially the government saying, here, we'll help you pay your bills for the next 60 days because we know we've told you you can't open for business. And they want businesses to still be there when this thing finally runs its course, and it will. So get in line for that one and talk to your banker ASAP. It could be your local bank, your local credit union. As long as they're recognized as an SBA lender, then they should be able to walk you through how you apply for it. But there are 3 other provisions that are more aimed at taxes that are also relevant to us as business owners. The first one is net operating losses. If you happen to have had a net operating loss as a business in either 2018, 2019, or 2020, obviously we don't know yet, but it's looking like that'll be the case for a lot of businesses this year, then they're going to allow you to file amended returns and go back as many as 5 years and use those losses against otherwise ordinary taxable income. So you might be able to get a significant tax refund by filing some amended returns. Talk to your accountant about that. Another provision has to do with the employer portion of FICA taxes. Normally, as employers for W-2, you have to pay half the FICA tax. Your employee you collect and pay half from your employee's check, but you pay the other half, and it's a significant amount, 6.2% of payroll. If you're self-employed, then you are also paying self-employed taxes, and you're doing that quarterly typically. Well, they're allowing you to defer those deposits for a long period of time. Half of those that you'd normally be making in 2020, you can defer till December of 2021. So, almost 2 years. And then the other half can be deferred to the end of 2022. So that can be a significant cash flow help to give you some breathing room. Now, you're still going to end up having to pay those taxes eventually, but at least you're not having to get in trouble with IRS for not making them on a timely monthly basis now. You're able to defer it. The final thing is a retention credit, a tax credit. A tax credit is great because it's literally a dollar-for-dollar reduction in your tax bill that you would otherwise owe. This one can't be taken in addition to the Paycheck Protection Plan loans. You have to choose whichever one is better for you. That's why you really need to look at these as soon as you can with your accountant and figure out, hey, which is a better option for me? Most businesses, I think it's going to be better to do the forgivable loan. But in some cases, if you have a number of employees that are fairly lower wage levels, as long as you pay them at least $20,000 in wages between March 12th and the end of this year, then you can get a $10,000 credit on 2020 taxes. So, if you had 5 employees in that category, that'd be a $50,000 tax credit. If you had 10 employees in that category, that could be a $100,000 tax credit. So again, you have to look at it and figure out which is better for you based on your unique circumstances. And you actually, in the credit case, have to pay the wages. So those are 4 things that this massive bill is doing to try to help businesses get through this really challenging time that we're all dealing with. I would encourage you, don't delay on this. Talk to your banker, talk to your CPA. If you don't have somebody like us in your world, then we're always available to help any way we can. But I hope you find this helpful. Go to our website if you want to download that report. Again, wisecounselwealth.com under the Insights tab. Otherwise, Godspeed, guys. Look forward to seeing you around town, and your business is thriving when we come on the other end of this thing. It's going to happen. We'll get through it. Thanks.